You are listening to the Kentucky X-Files Season 3 with your hosts Dennis Mays, Tyler Stewart, and Josh Gibbs. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also visit us at www.kyxfiles.com. And now, on to our show.
He fucking stopped doing it right when I record. He's like,
I didn't see him. I was over here scrolling.
look like a Tyler. It's a Sasquatch going through the woods there. See? Terrifying. Imagine that looking in your window.
just me like it's like
I always wonder, like, if Sasquatch, when he looks at your window, if he's like, he does the thing where he blows on the glass, so it's like,
yes.
you know what I mean?
He draws a little hard.
Welcome back, guys, to your Kentucky X-Files.
And now we're demonetized.
Yeah. Old. It was already ready. I love that it was ready. Amazing.
I like feeling like I'm at the controls booth right now. You know.
Yeah. So it's a lovely Thursday morning. Not for us.
Oh yeah.
It was a cold ass Monday, is what the fuck it was. Jesus Christ.
I know, man. It was like
Yeah.
sweating my ass off Saturday, and today it was like my sweat was frozen.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, like I didn't realize that, when they said it was going to get a little cooler out, that it meant it was going to be winter again.
Yeah.
I left the house in this. I mean, it's a heavy flannel, but it's not a winter coat. And
Well, it's like,
by about 8:30, I was like, I have got to go get my coat. This is cold.
yeah. Dude, I was
Sure.
working and I had my coat on because I'm cold, and then I'm working and I'm sweating, and I'm like, oh my God. I hate this.
Right.
Like, I want to choose one. I want to either be too hot or I want to be too cold. I don't want both.
Just
You
saying,
know?
did you shred your jacket with those guns there? You just flexed and
Just ripped the
ripped
sleeves.
it off. Yeah. It just evaporated as you got into the house. You
This
just
is
flexed.
just another added bonus of being a Kentucky X-Files listener that gets to watch on YouTube is the free ticket to the gun show you're getting right now.
I'm not showing them again.
I shouldn't have said that word.
So last time I ever wear this shirt ever.
The Pew Pew show.
Yeah.
I was, you know what I mean? I just wanted to be comfortable, man. I put on my sleeveless shirt,
Yeah.
Why I'm
Hey,
not
we
wearing
got-
pants. So I want to
Yeah,
be
we gotta
comfortable.
We gotta have views somewhere, man.
Yeah, you just put that shirt on, Tyler.
What shirt?
Stand up real quick then.
No.
Yeah, exactly. He's not wearing any pants or underwear,
No.
probably.
No, I'm wearing like there's a full suit under this because I got to go to a
Yeah,
business
birthday
meeting after.
suit.
No,
It's a birthday suit underneath that.
I don't
Just
understand
saying.
why you like.
Guys,
What,
you
are we
know,
just
I was
attacking
singled
each
out.
other tonight?
Yeah,
Are
I
we
was singled
all?
out. You've changed.
Yeah, you've changed.
ever since the show blew up and we're super duper famous now. You're different.
Are you kidding
Jeez.
me? You're the one that's in space. He's in a studio. I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. Nowhere.
Well, between us
Fuck.
though, it's not. I'm not really in space right now. It's a sham. Yeah.
Wow.
Josh is right though. I mean,
Like that tree right there. That's my toilet tree.
Is that where that word comes from?
I think, dude, maybe it is toiletries.
Toiletries.
It's literally trees that you go shit behind.
I
Yeah,
like it.
It's fantastic.
Because this tree right here, I sleep under.
Yeah, you don't shit where you sleep.
Yeah, that's
That's a
why
nice-
I
that's a nice
put
tree.
it. I
Yeah,
put it
and
all
it's
the way over
downhill.
there.
Good call. You got gravity
Yeah.
working for you and
Yeah.
everything there. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
What was I right about? This doesn't happen often.
You were right. I lost my train. If you're not, you're right, because if you're not watching this on YouTube right now, you're missing a lot.
This
You
is
know,
true.
It's not just these guys picking on me for my sleeveless shirt. It's there's all kinds of things going on. We have high quality special effects going on here. So yeah. Yeah, other than the weather though, it's a Monday and we're back at it. We're recording another one. And I heard something interesting today I wanted to throw at you guys. Person that I work with,
Mhm.
she told me something interesting. She heard a story about a place, and the only reason why I don't even think she knew exactly where it was at, but it's a bridge or a road or something, and when you go across it certain time at night, there's always fog and your car will shut off. You guys familiar with this? Because I've heard
Local?
this from, yeah, somewhere around
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard
It-
about this
I've
I
before.
heard
don't think it's a bridge. I thought it was an
Train track.
underpass.
I thought it
Underpass,
was-
that's what it is.
Yeah, wasn't that? No, what was that one?
So my brain instantly went to this. Is there any correlation with electromagnetic pulse and fog? Because I'm like, what's going to kill a car just like that? Everything. Engine, battery, whatever. Big enough EMP will do it. So I can't think, I mean, other than just saying, well, it's the spirit that lives there. That's what's doing it. I thought, well, maybe there's something going on there. Maybe there's some kind of electromagnetic thing going on there that messes with the car, messes with the battery. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Too far out there?
Well, I
Pretty
not
far.
only like that, like I've heard like this was on like TV a long time ago. There's a certain area, I don't know, I've heard this story kind of played out a lot where a car will, if a car like dies on the track, on this train track, it will be pushed off the tracks. Like
Yeah.
you put it in neutral and it will push,
Yeah.
because like they say like years ago there was a school bus that was hit by a train, and then they say that like basically the ghost of the children
Yeah.
Wow.
push
They get the little
push
fingerprints in the dust.
yeah
on
they
the
put
car.
yeah they yeah they
Okay, I have heard
yeah,
that.
they
But-
put the baby powder or something on the like bumpers, and they say that they will get fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, there was I forget which show it was, but somebody did something with that and completely just debunked it. It was a optical illusion where the road looks level, but it's actually not. So if you stop at the tracks, you put your car in neutral, even though it looks like you're sitting perfectly level, it's just enough of an incline that your car starts rolling backwards.
Wow. Okay.
I thought it actually pushed it forward.
Or maybe it rolls
It's
forward, yeah.
Cause like, but that goes again too. I can't remember where it is. It's somewhere in the like the western side of the United States. There's a road that literally looks like it's going down, but if you go to the basically if you go to the bottom, put it in neutral, you will roll up the hill. But scientists
That's
say it's like,
crazy.
but the way it's a, like he was saying, it's an optical illusion. It looks like it's going downhill,
Yeah.
but you're actually going uphill.
It's the way the road is cut versus
Yeah.
the way the area next to it's graded. So it looks like you're going downhill, but it's because the road it's cut at a different angle than the next to it. If that makes any sense.
And we have that that park that's around here too, that everything's like slanted.
Very
Yeah.
aptly named. Very aptly named Gravity Hill. I got a picture of it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna throw up here. That is really, freaking interesting.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I'm probably going to get this all backwards, but it looks downhill or it looks uphill.
I
Like-
believe it looks downhill. Obviously, it depends on which way you're facing in the picture, but it's supposed to look downhill, but it's actually uphill. Or no, the other way
Okay.
around. It looks uphill, but it's actually downhill.
Let me see if I can get this one up here. Because this one actually gets you some perspective. There we go. Boom.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, so they'll put their car in neutral right there, where the car is, and that will roll up that hill basically. I wonder, like, what I always wondered at that point, like, since it's an optical illusion, and we're always going to go to like gravity will assist us. You know how running down a hill was faster going up a hill.
Yeah.
I wonder how fast would you run basically up down this hill technically. I wanted to actually go there and run up that hill if it actually feels to yourself like you're going downhill. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's so crazy, man. Because like my first thought when I looked at the picture was, I could only imagine a truck driver like coming up to this like, shit. What do I do now? What's this? You
Like
know?
he actually picks up a little like he doesn't know it, but he picks up a little speed. Like, oh, okay, got a little incline.
Yeah.
Like he just keeps going.
Yeah. Contrary to belief, truck drivers we don't care for inclines at all, up or down. We
Yeah.
like nice and flat. Flat's good.
Yep.
That's pretty wild looking though. I never had heard of that before. That's pretty fucking interesting. There's like a lot of pictures too.
Yeah,
I guess people like roll balls up it and stuff. And
Yep.
Yeah. I wonder if you could pull up a GIF. Can we put a GIF in the
I have no
in
idea.
the thinger here?
The thing right here.
Let's find out.
But yeah, I really want to know that one place.
Okay, I don't. Not really finding any. Wow, that's pretty wild, man.
I've got one with a bowling ball.
Can we add it? Want to see if we can add it?
I'm gonna try. Ooh, I don't know if I can do. I could try it. We're gonna see if we can do it. Ooh, I might be able to. It says it's uploading. Oh, if this works,
Nice.
if this
Game
works,
changer.
if this works, the whole show just changed.
Love it.
It's still uploading.
Oh no.
It's still uploading.
No, I don't, it's not looking good, is it?
Oh,
Oh my God, it's working. Look at that. Dude, that is nuts. Look at that.
right.
That sucker's just rolling right up the hill, up the downhill.
I really hope that they move that camera in time because it looked like it was picking up speed.
Yeah,
Right. We'll go through one more time here, and then we'll hide her back.
that is awesome. I would
That is
probably
wild.
get hit by a car on that road because I'd be like rolling all kinds of stuff up and down it, trying to understand. I'd basically be doing this. How,
Right.
how does it work? Yeah. That is awesome though. Wow. Gravity, man. Yeah. Holy shit. So yeah, I don't know. I heard that story about the about the car shutting off, and I instantly was like, okay, well, what would do that to apparently multiple different cars, because multiple people have reported this same thing. what would be like a good common denominator if we weren't gonna say it was ghosts that did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
What could shut off the car at a certain spot? You know. And I still am like, man, even if I know, okay, I know we've had electromagnetic events in Kentucky. There's a couple of pretty prominent electromagnetic, occurrences. But what else could do it? And I couldn't really think of anything. So I thought, man, this would be a good one to bring up on the show. Maybe people listening could chime in and, tell us something that we don't know here, because I can't figure it out.
I'll look into it myself.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Something that it's making me think about something that a lot of these stories stem from a long time ago.
Yeah.
They all start in the 50s, 60s, sometimes the 70s, right?
Right.
And what is different from then and now? A lot.
I mean,
There's a lot of differences in vehicles specifically. Modern cars are computer controlled engines with fuel injection and coil on plug ignition systems and, completely sealed up great engine designs where, they go 300,000 miles before they leak their first drop of oil.
Yeah.
Cars from the 50s and 60s were not. We're talking points ignitions. We're talking carburetors. There's a lot of things that maybe the fog, if it was heavy enough, or the cold, dense air was enough of a change in some of these areas, maybe that could affect how a vehicle ran.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I've had carbureted vehicles and had no problem at all in fog or cold or whatever. But
yeah, I've had a carbureted vehicle stop on the clearest of nights and just sit there stubborn.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never street driven anything with points. I don't know. Was your old Camaro points, or did it have an HEI on it?
Yeah, it's HEI.
Yeah, everything I've ever had with carburetors has been HEI.
Yeah.
Or some facsimile of by a different manufacturer.
I'm going to share my screen here. I wanted to show you guys this.
Okay.
I don't know if you've guys seen this. Share screen. Allow. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, this is No Acres homestead video.
Okay.
But let's watch. Let's see. Yeah, like look at that.
What? It's just how it's built, I guess.
I don't know. Like it's just, I guess it's how it's built, but there's multiple here we go. Let me scroll forward.
Yeah, look at everybody doing the lean. This was built before levels were invented.
There's one that's pretty cool. Where is it? If they actually do it. Yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. It's like it shows that how tall how tall everybody is.
Yeah.
And then once they move, look how tall they are now.
So that's like forced perspective or whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So like this has like I feel like this is the same concept as the road that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
The way that everything is like now
That's pretty
everybody
neat.
is almost the same height.
Yeah. Very cool. It's pretty neat. So,
Yep.
I don't know, man. I guess if anybody out there listening or watching this, if you have any idea other than things we've said here that might shut a car off in a location like that, or a scenario like that, man, you should definitely comment or send us an email. So you guys want to hear some other cool stuff that I dug up?
No,
Oh,
I want to end it now.
All right.
Just end it.
You
End
guys
it now.
out there, be cool.
Yeah, that
And-
no. I was lying. I'm sorry.
So the government, specifically the United States Air Force, has started a program to investigate the claims of UFO sightings. They've actually thrown in.
really?
There was already supposed to be a UFO, what do you want to call it? Program, I guess, that
Yeah,
where
Blue
they
Book.
were gonna. Yeah. All right. So I guess the Air Force doesn't feel like they're getting results fast enough.
I thought Blue Book was shut down.
I don't know.
I thought it was.
It might be. I might be confusing that and the other one.
Yeah, because Blue Book was like one of the first ones.
Yeah. That's the one that Lou Elizondo was on, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Or
from
was
what
it
I
before
understand,
Lou?
I think you're right. I think he was on it. I don't know, but from what I understand, that I guess results aren't happening quite as much, and apparently, since they're already up there, messing around and seeing this shit, I guess they're opting to just do their own task force and whatever. I think that's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome.
I've always wondered if they want to like, as we were talking about in previous episodes about what was it, the Jason Momoa asteroid.
Yeah.
They talked about like sending, like if they could send a probe or anything.
Yeah.
Possibility that we could have some type of rocket that was already in space, like in one of these space stations, especially since we talked about in another episode about the first space station that's going to be in orbit with the moon.
Yeah.
Something that would help like we're like, okay, at least we're halfway there. We're off the ground. All we got to
Right.
do is just launch from there. So like that's what I feel like it would give us a stepping stone in case if anything like that ever happens again. Something that's really unique.
And I save every piece of information about that incident that I can find, even if it seems like the same info rehashed, just in the hopes that I find a piece of information on one that's not on another. You know what I mean? And it's so wild, man. No matter who looks at that, they almost all come back with the same thing. I have followed some of the rabbit holes of people trying to debunk it, and they have a strong argument, like, hey, it's it's an asteroid or it's a meteor, whatever you want to call it, or a burnt out comet was a very popular one, but it all kind of the whole theory kind of crashes down as soon as you get to the stop and hang a Louis at the sun.
Right.
It's like everything works really well in their favor, and then when you get to the artificial gravity acceleration, that's where everything falls apart. Nobody can seem to explain that, and when I hear that, I'm like, oh dude, that's aliens.
Yeah,
That's aliens. They're cruising around. They stopped in to see the sun.
They were on a tour. It was a camping trip.
Yeah.
They just wanted to see the great the sun.
There's probably an alien dad on that ship right now yelling at his kids. I will turn this goddamn thing around right now if you don't sit down and shut up. You know?
It's like this first time we go on a family vacation in years,
Yeah.
and you
Like the
pull
whole
this
family
shit.
too. It's got the kids, it's got the in-laws, it's got everybody in there. He's
And
pissed.
yeah,
They were
I
trying
hope
to stop in at Sun Oko.
yeah. While passing Earthmart.
Oh, ow. While passing Earthmark.
I'd like to thank you both for effectively putting Holiday Road stuck on my head without actually singing it.
Awesome.
But yeah, like to go back to like what you were saying, like how it hanged Louis from the sun. It's like if you actually like saw it like, well, not saw it physically, but saw the trajectory.
Yeah.
It wasn't in no gravity assist. Like it had no pattern of being assisted by any other outside, like like the sun's
Yeah.
gravity itself.
Yeah.
So that will tell that whatever it was, they had something propelling it in a way.
It's so weird. I mean, when you've got like the believers and the believers, the skeptics, the scientists, everybody is sitting there like, huh. That's pretty weird. That's kind of weird, you know. To me, it's like, okay. Then there was a big argument I was reading. I was flipping through. I don't know if it was a Reddit page I was on or what, but people were like, "Well, I mean, you know, it's like rocky and it's like porousy and it's obviously a meteorite. It's obviously like an asteroid, you know." Then a guy out of nowhere is like, I mean, how do we know that they build shit like us? What if they build stuff to look like that? What if that is like super like sleek? That's the newest model. You know?
That's their Tesla model.
Yeah, like it comes cruising up and it's just all bulbousy, like porousy, and they're just like, woo! Check out my whip.
What's that set you back?
Yeah. I mean, we don't know, you know. We don't even know if they have eyes. They might not see how shitty it looks.
This is true.
If they had eyes, they might be like, oh, god damn, we're cruising around in this. Looks like a turd. You know?
Well, what if their turds don't look like ours?
What if their turds are straight lines that look like little spaceships when they take a crap?
Right? What if they crap out little black
cars? Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
It'd be funny, like years down the road, we get another asteroid that looks kind of like that, but it's in the shape of one of the Tesla that Elon Musk like sent out. So they just took notes and made their spaceship look like a Tesla.
That would be funny.
It would be funny as hell. I always like, I don't know. I love that whole topic. I love the Jason Momoa object because it's so mysterious, you know, and no one has a good explanation of it. So to me, that's what this shit's made of right there. It's like we have this object that not only looks kind of weird for what it's supposed to be, because even that was odd. They're like, I mean, it's probably just a weird looking asteroid. And then the others were like, "Whoa, well, you see those all the time, then, huh?" And they're like, "No, we don't really. They don't look like that one, but it's an asteroid." And it's like, "Oh, well, yeah, probably just float around and whatever." And then, the thing that got me was that it was actually spinning like a centrifuge. I'm like, guys, you know, like there's about a bazillion sci-fi books that'll tell you why it's doing that. They need gravity. They need gravity to,
like,
you know.
I thought it was like doing like this. Like it was kind of. Okay, never mind.
It was like,
yeah, no.
Maybe they were boogieing. Maybe they like the boogie.
When the spaceship is rocking, don't come a knocking. Mm.
I found I know on the episode where we talked about this a lot, I actually had all of the speeds and rotational values and how much gravity it was generating just from spinning. That was the thing that cracked me up the most, was like just under 1 G.
Right.
Like just under our gravity, like barely under our gravity. So I'm like, I don't know. You know, why couldn't it be? Why couldn't it just be a spaceship? You know, the spaceship, they're passing through, or they're hiding out like the government thinks. They're floating around out there. Because, you know, as soon as they get into the asteroid belt, like we can't see them anymore, right? Like they're
Right.
like, we have all this stuff, but as soon as stuff gets into that field, it's like, yeah, okay, we can't see it. There's too much shit. There's just too much stuff there to deflect, you know?
I
It's
mean,
pretty wild.
it would be a fantastic camouflage.
I think so. If you don't want to be noticed, you know?
Yeah, look like a rock.
Yep.
Snakes do it.
Hey. And what was that like? I guess they took the one, what I can't, was it Dodge that did it? Like a rock. Like they got our transmissions and they were they took it too literally.
That was Chevrolet. That was Chevrolet.
Oh, okay, that was Chevy. I was like, I knew it wasn't Ford because that's built like turds. Sorry,
So-
I feel like we lost a couple maybe out there.
Are we saying
Sorry.
that they were cruising through the solar system here in their Chevy?
Yep.
I like
With
it.
their bow
Okay.
tie.
Yeah, okay. So this is a little bit behind here. I just saw this pop up and thought it was interesting. They found a radio signal from 9 billion light years away. So it's been traveling for 9 billion years and it finally got here. And the only troubling thing about this is that it is completely screwing up their idea of how the universe was created. Because they basically follow these signals and they run these patterns, they simulate it, and they try to basically build the universe backwards from what we have right now.
Yeah.
You know, and try to go back and see. And they're learning now that with the help of the James Webb Telescope, that there are galaxies out there that don't make any sense. And now scientists are admitting that they are missing quite a bit of fundamental information on how universes are created, or how our universe was created, I should say. All stemming from this radio signal. I think that's really, really cool.
So
And-
is it kind of making people rethink the Big Bang Theory?
It's more like they run these simulations trying to stress test to see how universes were created, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of these like galaxies out there don't make sense. Like they can't figure out how they were formed the way they are, because when they try to run it backwards and simulate it, it doesn't make sense. It's like they said, they're just missing a bunch of information that they thought they had down. Like they pretty much thought that they had, you know, 1 and 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, but they're missing the 2. The 2 is off, you know? So I think it's pretty cool. And I want to give them props for admitting that,
Yeah.
you know, because they said that there's forces. It says here, part of the universe is expanding faster than the Big Bang would have predicted. And that is a huge curveball. because it basically says that yes, they still think the Big Bang happened. They just don't understand how part of the universe is so much faster than the rest. You know what I mean? So crazy, man. I can only imagine like working on that stuff, you know? Especially when you find something where you're like, like, okay, here we have this, we're about to find this. This is exciting. And then it's like, wait a second. Everything we thought was wrong. Like, I wonder if that's exhilarating or if that's like, you know,
You
a
would
gut
think it would be
punch.
like, yeah, I was gonna say you would think that like it would be an absolute gut punch because everything you'd worked up to that point may no longer be valid.
Yeah.
You know,
It's pretty wild, man. I don't know. I've heard some of the theories. Some of the theories that say that there might be multiple universes and they might have just bumped into each other. You know, and if that theory was to be proven true, then wouldn't you almost expect that some of that other universe would be like here mixed with ours now, and some of ours with it? Dude, shit is. That's why I've said before, like size defeats us.
yeah,
Were they saying that there's a sun, a star out there that is so massive you could fly on a 747 around it, and you could go 1,000 miles an hour, and you still couldn't go around it within like a million years. Like you couldn't get around this thing going that fast.
right.
What would that be considered? Was it because what's bigger? Like I can't remember. There's the sun has to be. Was it a red giant or something or?
Uh,
I can't
a red
remember.
giant is technically like part of its dying cycle.
Yeah, but isn't it like? Because I remember there was an animation I saw a long time ago where it showed the different sizes of like suns.
Yeah,
But like because like ours is pretty tiny compared to some
ours
suns.
is really little. Yeah,
Yeah, compared to like a lot out there. Uh, like in the sun in our solar system is like the biggest
yeah,
out of all like planets planet wise. So planet size. So that's why I was like trying to figure out like what you meant like
yeah.
how big.
So this, I think the star that you're talking about is Betelgeuse, and Betelgeuse is absolutely beyond massive. Like from what I was reading about, someone had speculated that just the possibility of us being able to look at it with our own eyes, even our brains might not be able to comprehend it. Like it would be the full on just dumb moment where you just can't even process what you're looking at because we're we never evolved to gaze at something that massive. Like it would be absolutely beyond us. And if you
What was
could
it?
think about that, man, for a second, this is what blows my mind. If Betelgeuse has a planet floating around it and it just happens to be in the Goldilocks zone, how big would the shit that lives on that planet be?
Oh,
Because I mean, everything about that system would be like tremendous amounts of gravity. You would think that something would have to grow bigger just to deal with that. You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, what is it? What is it for us? Like 12 G's, I think, and we just like fall. We just fall over, like we lose consciousness. I can't remember what it is. It's like crazy. Like fighter pilots go through it.
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna share my screen again. I wanted you to guys. I don't know if you guys ever seen this. Since you started talking about this, this popped in my brain because I've seen this video a couple of times. I don't know. I don't know who this person is. I think it says it's his name is Brian Cox. Uh, I don't think he has any
Super
relations.
Troopers,
Yeah, I don't think he has no relations to
give me the goddamn soap.
share. I don't know.
Possible that in the
Can you
future
hear
we'll
that?
be able to see past 13.8 billion years.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Not with light. No, because what the picture is that before it's actually was released 380,000 years after the Big Bang. It's a very precise number. You might say, how do you know that? Well, before that time, the universe was so hot that atoms couldn't form. So you had a soup of electrically charged particles. It was just too hot for electrons to go into orbit around nuclei. So the universe was opaque to light. So you just couldn't. It's like almost like a big glowing star, if you like. And then when it was expanding, it cooled past the point where the atoms could form. And at that point, it becomes transparent, really almost instantly in a cosmic timescale. And so the light could then travel in straight lines through the universe, and we can see that light. So we see the light from that time, but further back than that, it's opaque. So you can't see past that.
Is it possible that in
I just have to say that guy's voice was very soothing.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
when he was discussing it, I'm like,
I know.
I felt like I need to lay down.
I just love that, like how he was explaining, like we couldn't see past a certain point, 13.8 billion light years
Yeah.
because of the color, like the light can't go past that.
That's pretty wild, man. Cosmic questions, man. Cosmic mysteries. You know?
So yeah, that's like what I want to know. Like what, like I don't understand. Like what are they? Like what is beyond that? Well,
Yeah.
like is life like that's what I never understood with the Big Bang. It's like, is life still being created by that Big Bang, like as it passes through, or there's life on the other side of the Big Bang? What they like compared, like what we can't see.
I don't know. I mean, our entire basis is life as we know it. So, I mean, you could look around and see the circumstances you would need, for life like ours, but we have no idea if, other types of life, if it's DNA based or it's carbon based life. I mean, we have no idea if there's like nitrogen based life or, shit, dude. There's even a possibility of photonic based life. We have no idea. It's literally energy. It's light.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I know we've said we went down that kind of rabbit hole in saying that could be what the answers to ghosts is, that it's like us, like energy based people, like that are visiting us. Maybe even like when we talked about that in previous episodes too, about like the man in the hat.
Yeah.
Is it an alien? Like, is it an alien from another dimension? Like they're kind of peeking into our world.
Let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you have a planet that's got everything you need for a carbon-based life form. All right. You got water, you got a nice little mixture of hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, breathable air, right? You got a day and night cycle. You have plenty of daytime, you have plenty of nighttime, you have plenty of moisture and water and atmosphere. You have everything you need for photosynthesis. So you have plant life. Now we need a creature. Okay. But let's say that intelligence is a byproduct. All right, let's not focus on intelligent life for a second. All right. We need a creature, and its sole purpose is to make more creatures like itself. So we need it to eat, whether it be plant or other creatures. All right. But well, for this sake, let's say plant, because right now we don't have any other creatures. We need one creature to start working on these plants. Got all these plants back here that got to get eaten. Okay. So we make this creature and it starts eating plants. Pretty soon it's got a pretty steady, food supply coming in, calories. All right. Well, That's working good. The plants are coming down. Maybe they're coming down a little too fast, so we need another creature. We need something that's going to thin that out, give those plants a chance to kind of come back. You know, we need balance. We need balance that kind of finds itself as it goes. Okay. We have a planet now, say 100 million years later. We have a planet now full of plant eating animals and meat eating animals, and they're living fine. Everything's working. Why do we need a sentient creature on this planet? There's no need. The planet's fine. Everything's in balance. You know, we could argue and say, well, we need a couple Dollar Generals in there. So for that, we're going to have to get an intelligent creature going. Okay. Now introduce a human, a sentient being that's evolved. And all of a sudden he's looking at his own hands and he's like, holy shit, I got thumbs. I'm going to make shit. He's taking rocks, and he's making spears, and he's killing animals, and he's eating them, and it's delicious. He's making fire, having a blast, right? He's trying poisonous shit, and he's falling over dead. And everybody else sees it, and they go, well, we don't want to eat that. Better let them critters eat those. What's the point? What's the point in the end? He's got this brain that works fastest computer alive, like anywhere, processes information quick as shit, instantaneous processing almost. You know, he can see danger and go, that's fucking terrible, I'm not going over there. Or he can see a nice stream with some fish in it and he'd be like, hey, I'm gonna eat a couple of those fish later. He's excited. There's a sale going on at the Dollar General and he processes that, right? He knows. We process information about the world we're on that we evolved on very, very well. And we retain it, barring certain sicknesses. We retain a lot of knowledge as we make our way to the end. And then we die. And I would argue that we didn't just retain all that information for no reason. Because nothing else on the planet needed to. But we needed to for some reason. So, is death the end, or is it one step in an evolutionary climb? Is it something we're striving towards because the next iteration of us is energy? Everything that our brain does is energy. It stores information with energy. It sends information with energy. It perceives everything using energy. So if we die, this is why I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are going to be offended by this, but this is why I can't get behind the idea of a magical afterlife. If there's an afterlife, I think it is perfectly designed part of the natural world. It's not fantastic. It's not something superstitious in any means. I feel like the afterlife is a form of a life form that seemingly seems stunted. But we're not. We could be evolving into a more energy-based way of living. You know, that I know some people argue this and they'll say, well, you know, that's a cute story. It means that everybody who ever died is on the other side waiting. There's no other side though. It's all here. Because we have that we have the blueprints for that. We know that energy is everywhere. We know there's enough energy in a single square of open air to power the world. Just don't know how to harvest it. It's a whole lot of energy that we're a part of, that we were created from. You know, that's my whole scenario. You know, it's
That
it's a path to evolution. It's a next step in evolving into a superior species, a better version of ourselves. You know,
with being an energy based like life form, like, do you feel like we would be able to go through like dimensions, like go to the other side, since we don't have a organic body
Nothing
to
would stop
hold.
you.
So you could go to another, like to
If
another
you,
plane.
if you were made of pure energy,
Yeah.
nothing could stop you. You're pure energy. You're everywhere at once.
So that's
You
another
know,
thing too. Is but like, how would you be able to hold like how like that's the one thing too. Is like I'm still thinking after like we're still a physical like thing, like we're
yeah.
still separate from each other, but like I just don't know how something could just be energy and be still an individual.
Unless the point of all those calories was to keep this working, to
So
keep
you
this
basically
moving.
kind of keep yourself like that's what like I if like
Think of a computer
to go to
program.
that.
You know,
But like, yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying. Is like, if to that end, if we're talking about that, I'd feel like we would be in a melting pot. Like, after we pass away, yeah, we can perceive ourselves the way that we want to, like where
and, and
we can see what we like,
yeah,
we know, like we're there. But no matter what, we're all of a collective energy and whatnot.
I feel
Like,
like it's making use of energy around us. Like whether we knew the energy was there or not, it
yeah,
wouldn't have. It didn't mean that we didn't evolve to incorporate it.
yeah,
Maybe that was the whole point. Maybe a life form had to come up that could evolve into this and to learn, and maybe it helped our intelligence. Like I said, this is why I hate the simulation theory, because the simulation theory actually works with this really well. Because if you think every little like synapse in whatever in your brain makes you, like no two of us are exactly alike. Each one of these computers is uniquely programmed by our experiences, and as we grow and what we learn and what we're interested in, you know. So it's like if say like right at the end you died, and you just expelled this perfect pattern of you with the energy moving in their same patterns, their same synapses. Does it take you with it? Is it true continuance, or is it a copy of you going out? It's interesting.
I would say like if you're like going down that road, I feel like it's actually like I feel like in a way that would be the true us versus this is just a accessory for the time being. Maybe in a way too is like use the whole metaphor of a butterfly cocoon. Like our bodies are cocoons, and then we evolve into a butterfly. I don't know. Like I'm literally
That
talking out
is
of my ass.
what you just said, though, is a reoccurring theme in nature, and it actually helped me get to this theory,
Mhm.
if you will. And
Yeah.
I'm like, if I'm completely wrong,
Hmm.
I'm good with it. You know what I mean? Like, what's it Josh says, man? I'm not quite there where I'm willing to die on that hill, but like I'm up
Yeah.
there with it.
Right.
I've never been able to get behind the extraordinary circumstances of the afterlife. I've always thought, man, no, because you got a whole planet here that's been showing us that nothing is ever wasted. Everything gets used, always, except for like, styrofoam. For some reason, the earth is like, fuck styrofoam. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I'm with the Earth on this one.
Yeah. You know, I mean, even rubber, plastic, rubber, the earth is cool with those. It made them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Styrofoam, nope. Mm-mm. Not into it. You know, I'm just saying it's to me it's basically a theory that allows for an afterlife, but it puts a very fine constraint on it. It's not technically an afterlife. It's just it's another step. It doesn't take place after life. It would still technically be a living thing. It's just evolved to, you know, The other fun thing I thought of was, well, if we have evolved to that point where we're seemingly primitive in our first stages, not unlike a caterpillar flopping around on a tree looking for leaves to chew on, then all of a sudden we're this being of pure energy in this other way of living, another dimension, a fourth dimension, say, or whatever. If there was alien visitors, they might be super interested in that evolution. That might be really interesting to them because it might not happen on every planet. You know, it would be one, in my opinion, it would be one big reason to come and study us. Man, they're not here for our technology. we could, go ahead and put that one away. That's like literally like, hey, check out our VCR.
Yeah.
It plays tapes.
Don't you talk about my VCR.
They're up there with Blu-ray.
Whoa. High class. Extra content.
They got the director's cut. They're like,
yeah,
whatever, man. But if there was something that this primitive species had to offer, hey, this is an interesting development. These guys actually live their lives, and then they live another life afterwards.
So in a way, it's kind of a not a reincarnation, but a new, it's a new form. It's like, but that's the thing too, is we always talked about what is our next evolutionary step. Everybody says that we're stunted. We are not going any further than what we are now.
I did see something that said that we're going to grow giant bulbous fingers for flipping through screens.
But I feel like that's more of like a de-evolution.
No, it's not going to happen, and I'll tell you why. We're going to get to the point where we can flip screens with our brains, so we won't need to use our hands.
Yeah.
Well, if like Elon Musk continues with his Neuralink or whatever it is, we wouldn't. And that's another thing we've talked about. It's like, dude, I do not know. As much as I love cyberpunk anything. I think it's cool. I would love to be a cyborg.
Yeah.
But I don't want somebody to Rick roll me and put freaking Rick Ashley in my head for hours because I got malware.
Yeah.
I look at weird sites sometimes, and I don't want it to while I'm sitting there downloading weird sites, I get a freaking.
Oh my God. Can you imagine what that's going to be like if you're at work and you're trying to get your helper to fucking do something, and you look over and he's just got this spaced out look on his face, and it's like
he's no longer looking at his phone. He's staring blankly into.
Yeah.
You can tell their eyes start to glaze over. That he's accessing the internet while he's at work.
You can tell when they're like, hey, come on, get back to it, But now it's going to be they just go into a catatonic state, just standing there. People are going to be dragging people out of the street and keeping them from being hit by cars because they're going to get a pop-up ad when they're walking across the crosswalk and shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm still kind of on that whole thing where he was saying, it was they install this shit on me. I don't want them to be able to remotely, just make me slap the shit out of myself or something.
Punch myself in the genitals.
Your bill is late. If you do not send a payment by this date, you will start to punch yourself in the testicles.
Or that those assholes too. I'm calling you about your car's extended warranty. They'll put that straight in your brain. No.
For Espanol, they'll blink twice.
They'll blink twice.
They'll blink twice. Maybe mine's a cheap version. All right, guys. I think we should let these people have their day.
I'm just loving the fact that the only Spanish word in the entire fucking thing was L.
Yeah.
Well, Espanol. So two.
Yeah. I learned all my Spanish from calling to pay my bills and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's always like for Espanol, primos o dos.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I don't need to hit that.
Por español, marque el número dos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do after that. I should hit it once just to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like, help me. I'm trying to pay my bill. Yeah. All right, guys out there. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Just thank you. You know what? If you're listening to this right now, give yourself one of those for me. Huh?
That's
It's
a
for you.
thumbs up for the
is.
streaming side.
Take care of each other out there,
I think it would
guys.
have been better if the streaming side just had to guess.
They don't know what it is.
Yeah, I have no idea what it was.
All right.
Well, you can cut that out. Mwah!
See you guys.
Not editing out shit.
Never does, never will.
Yeah,
I love
never
it.
will.
Nope, never doing
Remember
it.
when he put a purple squirrel instead of a unicorn?
Yep.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, ha!
I was laughing so hard at that too when I was doing it. You guys have no idea how like long I entertained myself with that. I'm like, it was a squirrel. He said unicorn. Yeah. I hope you guys out there watched that too and appreciated it.
Yeah.
Probably do.
I hope that becomes a short. It's going to be great.
That would be funny as shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that was actually a video.
Hey, somebody's on the prowl now.
because the day before